Hello, Zebstrika Army! My name is Jacob, as always, and welcome to our NPCC National Pokemon Competitive Conference, the league I co-own and help run. I'm the co-commissioner with U-Turn Crowbat, aka Brad. Welcome to our draft analysis for season number 4. This is our third consecutive season being the NPCC. We won in season 2. We had a really porous season last season. We went 4-8, and we barely somehow missed out on playoffs. We almost made playoffs, but that's okay. We're ready for a bounce back season, 100%, for a few different reasons. Because I want to take back my championship. The championship was won by Mr. Mercury last year, who's not in the league anymore, which is okay. He can do whatever he wants. He's an adult. Obviously, he just didn't want to be back. But yeah, that's okay. So I just wanted to go over the draft recap. I'm really happy with this team, just like the ICBA team. This is probably going to go up on August the 19th. I'm really not going to be able to comment back to you guys until the 20th because my friend David DeVod is actually visiting up here in Wisconsin. He's from Massachusetts, so he's a Massel. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Don't shoot me, Massachusetts people. Massachusettsites. I don't know what you call yourselves there. We call ourselves Wisconsinites or Cheeseheads or whatever you want to call us. But yeah, he's gonna be visiting, so that's the day this is going up. So scheduled uploads are fun. I like that a lot. But yeah. I just wanted to go over the draft recap because week number 1 will be going up next Saturday, August 26th. I'm doing this the same day as the ICBA draft recap because I'm in a recording mood, so we're going to do some recording stuff today, shall we? But anyway, there's 16 coaches in the NPCC season again. We got a lot of great guys and one girl in this, so I'm looking forward to playing a lot of them. There's only going to be 10 weeks, just like the ICBA. So it'll be pretty nice. Everything's going to get done right around the same time, so I'm happy about that. We do allow some interesting Pokemon in this. We voted on Pokemon like Darkrai and Genesect and the Megalotes and all that stuff. Yeah, Genesect is legal, but Magearna's not legal. And Tapu Lele is not legal, but Genesect's somehow legal. I'm not quite sure how that happened because obviously I'd rather face Tapu Lele or a Magearna than a Genesect. Well, not necessarily. They all have certain checks in the game. Not really any counters to either of those Pokemon because really nothing can really kill them. Like, Alolan Muck seems like a counter to Tapu Lele, but you just click Nature's Madness on the switch in and then you click Z Moonblast and you kill it. So, yeah, it's not really necessarily a switch in. In my humble opinion, but yeah, anyway, there are certain checks and stuff in there. Tapu Lele is not legal. It was interesting, some of the Pokemon that were legal and not legal, but obviously we're going to go over a draft recap. We actually had pick number 11 out of 16, so we're near the end. We aren't halfway through like the ICBA. I will take it, however, just because I definitely think that's a pretty good spot, and I was eyeing one Pokemon the entire time. Well, in round 1, I should say, and that Pokemon was actually Tapu Koko. We're going to go over our Z captains. We have 2. We actually, not voted, I just kind of said we're doing a Super Z user that can use any Z move besides Omni boosting moves and evasion moves, and one Z Pokemon that can use offensive moves only. So Koko can use offensive or status Z moves, and then our other Z Pokemon, which we'll get into later, can only use offensive, which I think we picked the best 2. They're pretty obvious for our team. But first and foremost, we picked up Tapu Koko because I really wanted to use this thing. I was really keen on using this thing in draft format. I've seen it used. It was actually on the championship winning team last season by Mr. Mercury, so that's really cool. And that's not the reason why I wanted to pick it. It's because I haven't, besides him, I haven't really seen Koko used extremely well in draft format. Aberforth, aka Ape, he's also on the ICBA. He right now in the MPL, he's using it, and he's using it pretty decently, I'd say. But I want to see how we use it. I want to see what we can possibly do, because there are a lot of things this thing can do. It can go physically offensive or especially offensive. It can be a nice support Pokemon. It gets Taunt. It gets Calm Mind and Roost. Nature's Madness is always amazing to have, just because you get it's a Super Fang that doesn't make contact. It's a non-contacting Super Fang, which is exclusive to only the Tapus right now. I doubt anything else is going to get it, but Nature's Madness is extremely good because you can chip something down and then just nuke it with like a Z move or something like that, depending on what the check is or something like that. Like if it's like say somebody's got a Swampert on their team and we click Nature's Madness and they want to be cheeky and run Rendoberry, we click Nature's Madness, click Z Grassing EMZ, and probably just kill Swampert, even through the Rendoberry at that point. So that's really cool. Get to agility if we need to go that route ever. Just a plethora of moves. Not necessarily the most versatile moveset in the world, but at least it gets U-turn. U-turn is actually really crucial for this thing because a lot of ground types like that aren't quad weak to Grass Knot are gonna check this thing, and it's just really nice to be able to U-turn out of there without having to just hard switch out predicting that. So without U-turn, Tapu Koko wouldn't be nearly as good, but the fact that it has U-turn will give you a ton of momentum, and it's actually really important to have. So I'm looking forward to using Tapu Koko extremely. Obviously, Electric Surge, Electric Terrain. This thing's going to hit like a truck. If we want to go physical, we're going to go physical, but sometimes we'll just go special, and it's going to be a lot of fun just to kill things with a +1 Thunderbolt, or if we want to go Z Wild Charge, we can just nuke a threat that way. The only downside to having this is the fact that we can't really have rest sets a lot. We'll be able, we're not really gonna, a lot of our Pokemon have reliable recovery or are not grounded, so we should be able to play around that easily. And just the fact that Electric Surge or Electric Trains here is going to be quite nice for our team for sure. And I was actually bouncing back ideas with Mark, aka the Scruffy Fox, and we were like, hey, what could go well with Tapu Koko? He's like, well, what about Mega Sceptile? And I'm just like, yeah, that could work out pretty well because for the boost in electric moves because of Electric Surge, I thought, well, we both thought Mega Sceptile would be an excellent fit. By the way, Mark is a coach in this league too, so FYI. If I remember, I'll put their links to all the coaches in the description down below, as well as the NPCC Twitter. Obviously, I'm one of the owners, but U-Turn Crobat is the other owner, which he's not competing this season, which is going to be sad because he's kind of like my rival, but Mark's kind of like my rival too, because Mark helped Brad build a lot, so team built a lot, so that'll be cool. But yeah, Tapu Koko is great, but Mega Sceptile is going to be really great, or it's going to be just as good because it's insane. It's super strong. It can hit on either side of the spectrum, physical or special, just like Koko can. So it's going to be pretty hard to and difficult to predict what kind of Sceptile we're going to be using. The fact that we could go special, physical, be support Elite Seed, SD will be great. What else? Does it get? It doesn't get knockoff. No, I don't think so. But Leaf Storm's going to hit really, really hard. We could be a support set. Just spamming Toxic would be cool. Like, this thing is going to be able to be pretty effective this season. The fact that it's part Dragon, like we have part of our Dragon Steel Fairy Core right away. We got this in like the 6th pick of the second round. I was really worried that it would go, but I knew most of the other people's picks like going ahead, so I probably could have waited. Because I think I knew most people's Megas, but I didn't really want to risk it. I wanted to make sure I got Sceptile because I didn't want Sceptile to be used against me. And I wanted the Lightning Rod ability for sure because Lightning Rod's going to be amazing to just draw on those electric moves and basically make them useless. It is quad weak to Ice, which will be an issue, but we will fix that down the line 100%. I promise you that. Like, we'll pick up some nice mons that can take on Ice moves, even though our first 3 of our first 4 Pokemon are weak to Ice. I'm going to say that right now. But for the most part, we'll be okay. I would definitely say we're going to be okay. But yeah, Mega Sceptile is going to be a fun Pokemon to use. And if we want, I believe it gets Grassy Terrain, so we can whip out Grassy Terrain on folks and have a lot of fun with that because I might go Grassy Terrain on it eventually. It's just a nice, cool tech to have if we need it. But yeah, that's Mega Sceptile. I'm going to try to make this a condensed version or not as long version as the ICBA draft recap because I tend to ramble on about these sorts of things. I'm just stating facts. But the third Pokemon we actually are picking up, we're having another Pokemon. Oh, by the way, another reason I drafted Tapu Koko and Sceptile, Mega Sceptile, Tapu Koko's name is going to be A-Rod because it's kind of the leader of our team. Yeah, it's a fairy type. I could name the Brienne like I normally do, but Tapu Koko, or Brienne didn't really fit as a name for Tapu Koko, so I just went A-Rod because it makes sense. Scruffy is Mega Sceptile for a couple of reasons. Kind of got a beard type thing like around itself, and also he helped me pick this, so it makes sense why I wanted to go that route. Also, we're really speedy already. Base 145 and base 130 is nothing to scoff at. That is a super speedy team already, and we're going to get faster. Well, not necessarily faster than that, but we'll have nice ways to increase our speed and get instant speed if we need to down the line. We'll talk about that when we get there. Next up, though, we're actually picking up Nidoqueen once again. This is going to be named Brienne because the Queen. Brienne's kind of our queen. She's beautiful. She's our girlfriend, so that's cool. I always have to say that. I don't know why I have to say. I'm sure, like, viewers of the channel already have known that Brienne's my girlfriend. When I say Brienne, I mean, we've been together for over 2 years now, so that's pretty cool. But Nidoqueen was actually on our team last year, and I feel it's going to be better this year because of a couple of different reasons. Because it's not just going to be one of our 2 Stealth Rockers. We were pretty silly and only had 2 Stealth Rockers last year. Not that we have that many more than that. We only have 3 this year. But it's still going to be better because of a few different reasons. I drafted this Pokemon because it has a plethora of moves at its arsenal. Like, it has so much coverage. It's crazy. It gets Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rock, which is great. Toxic Spike is going to be huge this season, just for wearing down certain walls and being able to knock them out for Pokemon like Mega Sceptile, Tapu Koko. Other Pokemon we'll get down to. I just don't want to spoil out their entire team, but this thing's crazy. This thing's got 76 base speed, which is obviously far away from Tapu Koko and Mega Sceptile, but we'll work our speed tiers up as we go on in the draft. I just really like all our speed tiers. It's a lot better than last season. Our speed tiers were trash last season. We had like 3 base 100s, 2 base 95s. They're just bad in general. Oh, I'm trying to get some coffee. But yeah, Nidoqueen's going to be an excellent mon for us this season. I can tell for sure. I had used it in the past. I definitely like using this. I didn't bring it nearly as much as I should have last year, though. So it's going to be coming hopefully to at least half the games, because it is our 3rd round pick. I may have drafted it too early, but I wanted to make sure I got this Pokemon because I think it's going to be a pretty integral part of our team and team moving forward for sure. But if it doesn't work out, we can always make a transaction and perhaps maybe trade Nidoqueen straight up for Nidoking if we need a specific speed tier down the line. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But next up, we're actually going to draft a defog user because I needed a hazard remover because before they're all gone for sure. So next up, we're actually going to go with the Mandibuzz. Because it's an excellent defog user, as Mark and Brad had for the New London Zoroarks last season. They sometimes can just wall out certain walls. It's an 80 base speed taunt user, and I think all my Pokemon have taunts at this point. Unless Mega Sceptile doesn't get it. Mega Sceptile doesn't get it, but Koko, Nidoqueen, and Mandibuzz all have taunt. And Mandibuzz is not passive at all because of things like Whirlwind, Foul Play, U-Turn, because it can get out of there and get into the Pokemon that we want to be out into. So this thing is going to be pretty cool, and I might just be crazy enough to go Nasty Plot set one of these days. Not for sure. Like, that's like 1%, not even chance of coming, but it's just a nice little thing that I could potentially run. Brave Bird's such a high base power move that it's not really going to be set up fodder in that regard either. This knockoff spam is always cool to get. There's just a lot of things this thing can do for our team, and it's going to be great to have. I'm going to go Bone Rush because I'm going to be crazy madman. But yeah, that's obviously not a Z user, but this thing's going to be cool. Punishment's also kind of nice because somebody's got like a Rainiclus, which I think they do. I don't know if I faced the team with Rainiclus. I know Juan's got it. Juancito Marvel, who's been in the NPCC for 3 straight seasons now as well. We got some coaches coming back too, like the Don Fanatic, head coach of Norwich Skitty and owner of the Pokemon Premier League. We also got Sharp Dress Gaming coming back. I'm missing people. Don't shoot me, guys. Obviously, Mark's kind of back. But he's more so, he was more so an assistant coach. Now he's a coach of himself. Oh, Radioactive Brady, our friend Brady, is back, so that's cool. But yeah, that's Mandibuzz. I keep going on about who's back and who's not back, so I apologize, Substrike Army, ladies and gentlemen. Substrike Army, I should say. But yeah, Mandibuzz will be cool to get, I have, and use, and I'm looking forward to using this solid Pokemon, solid defensive Pokemon for sure. But next up, I've been wanting to use this Pokemon for a while now. And since its Mega is banned in most leagues except for the ICBA, because people are insane and people just probably want to get nuked, and the WP, World Pokemon Entertainment. Thanks a lot, Ty, for allowing this Pokemon, but we don't have to face its Mega form, but we do get its very solid normal form in Metagross, aka hashtag Gramsucks, because it's a Psychic type, so I gotta name all my Psychic types Gramsucks, because that's just what I do. But yeah, I've been looking forward to using Metagross for a while now. It's just a super bulky, solid Pokemon. It gets set up in Agility, it gets Own Claws if we want to go that route. It gets priority in Bullet Punch. It's a Stealth Rock user, another one. So we got 2 in our first 5 picks, so that's pretty cool to get. It gets a lot of coverage moves. Magnetize for those pesky ground types, so if we're facing something like an Hippowdon or something of that nature, we can click Magnetize, and Hippowdon really can't do a whole lot to us, if I'm being honest. What can Hippowdon really do? Maybe if it had Crunch, but like, I guess maybe, I don't think somebody would predict Crunch. But yeah, Metagross is going to be a great tab. It's just a great overall Pokemon. I know I say that about so many Pokemon, but like, I wouldn't draft the Pokemon if I didn't think we could use it well, or if it was great in some regard, in some factor. If it didn't have any merit, I wouldn't draft it. That's why I don't draft things like an Arbok, because I don't think it's very good. Like, obviously, every Pokemon has a niche, and it has a place in draft, or normal competitive play, or just playing through the games. But some Pokemon have them more than others, and I think Metagross is a very good tier 3 value pick. Just because it's so bulky, and it's not really going to die very easily, so yeah, Metagross is there. Banded Meteor Mash could definitely be a set to bring at some point or another, because Steel Stab, like, and as powerful as this thing is at base 135 attack, oh boy, that is all I'm going to say about that, is oh freaking boy. Metagross is going to hit like a truck. Gets dual screens if we want to go that route too. Explosion, just to boom boom after we get screens up, but I'm not necessarily going to go that route. We'll see what all happens. Yeah, I do like Metagross for sure, 100%. But yeah, that's our 5th round pick. Our next pick is in the 6th round, and I have no idea how this thing's still around, but it is. And I wanted to draft it because it was still there, and obviously I'm gonna have to build the rest of my team around it. This thing wasn't actually on my draft plans, but we're gonna go ahead and pick up Volcarona, the Bug Fire type out of tier 1. This is actually our 2nd Z user. This one can only use offensive Z moves though, so we do need to be careful about that. But yeah, this thing is amazing. It gets quite a big coverage. Fire, Bug, Psychic, Flying, Grass. Did I say Grass already? I don't remember. But it gets enough coverage for how we want to use this. It gets Quiver Dance as setup. Obviously, Quiver Dance is amazing. This thing can be extremely bulky. Like, it's the only bad stat. Well, obviously, attack is really bad, but defense is eh. But Bug Fire is actually not a terrible typing. The biggest downside of the Volcarona is the fact that it's quad weak to rock. Besides that, though, it's not really too weak to anything. Flying is an issue, but we have ways to switch into flying types. Mandibuzz can take them on decently well. Even Tapu Koko, Metagross, and we're weak to flying spam at the end of our draft, so I picked up a nice rock ground type to help us with that. But yeah, Volcarona is going to be great. It's just another setup sweeper that we could potentially use alongside Metagross, Tapu Koko. So many things we have possibility with this team. It's going to be kind of difficult, I think, for people to prep for, because there's just so much they have to prep for, and if they don't prep for a certain Pokemon, something could just easily wall it, or something could easily just set up all over it. And if this thing got like nature power, that would be just wonderful, because we'd be able to fire off a nice Thunderbolt. But it doesn't get nature power, so kind of sad about that. But Sceptile does, which that's not happening. I'm never going to bring that. But anyway, that is our Volcarona. Volcarona is a real solid Pokemon for sure. And I always say that, but I'm going to keep saying that because it is obviously. And yeah, we might just bring Specs some weeks. We might just bring support. We might bring U-Turn for initiative. It gets a lot of things that we're going to want to be able to use this season. And I'm going to take advantage of everything at Volcarona's disposal. So that is Volcarona. That was our 6th round pick. Next up, we need to get. In my mind, I know we needed 2 more Stealth Rockers, but I also know we needed like a Wish Passer to help support Pokemon like Nidoqueen and Metagross, and even Mega Sceptile that doesn't have reliable recovery. So we're actually going to go with the big fat fish known as Brad, because it's kind of the most derpy Pokemon we have, and Alomomola is just that. It's a great pivot because of Regenerator. It gets Healing Wish, it gets Knockoff just to knock items off. Like if we can get rid of Choice Scarf users for Volcarona, that's going to be crucial. And even our Tapu Koko and Mega Sceptile, if those are gone, if the Scarfs are gone, Koko and Sceptile and Volcarona are going to become enormous or even bigger threats than they already were to any given matchup. So having a Pokemon like Alomomola, which can be setup fodder, but I guess that's in the player. Like if the player allows Alomomola to be setup fodder, that's on them. I am going to make sure that's not going to happen. I will pivot out as I have to, or use Waterfall Toxic if I have to. If this thing got like Encore, it would be amazing. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't get Encore, but I guess it is what it is. Like Encore would be nice, but not something I'm necessarily gonna run. But yeah, it doesn't get coverage moves. Its special attack is absolute crap. But we'll try to make it work. If I have to run Calm Mindset, I'm gonna run freaking Calm Mindset. That's for sure. But yeah, we'll pivot out from Alomomola when we need to. But having a nice Regenerator Pokemon is gonna be great for our team, just to pivot in, pivot out, because it's kind of gonna be like pivot offense in a way. But it's not hyper offense at all, but this is more of an offensive team, and I'm liking the looks of it on paper for sure. Speaking of offense, just a minute, I think someone is calling my name. I am back. My brother actually came into my apartment, so yeah, sorry about that. I'm going to try to transition the best I can, but I think we're done talking about Alomomola. We're going to go on to our 8th round pick. And this Pokemon will not only give us another Rapid Spinner, it's also going to work really well with Electric Terrain, or if we set up Grassy Terrain or something of that nature too with Mega Sceptile. Our next Pokemon is actually going to have an Unburden ability, a Reckless ability, and a Limber ability. The former two, Reckless and Unburden, will be better for it. But our next Pokemon is going to be Hitmonlee, aka Tai. Alomomola is going to be named Brad. I already said that though. But yeah, Hitmonlee is going to be great because it gives us another spinner for Volcarona, which we're going to get another one after this pick in our 9th round pick. But yeah, it's a great Unburden user because we'll automatically get that +2 speed. We'll double our speed once we pop the Electric Seed if we go that route in any given week. You never know when we're going to do that though. It's going to be kind of tough to predict, you know. So, but yeah, we'll get +1 defense with the Electric Seed. And then we'll go to +2 speed and we can set up a bulk up if we really wanted to. It's going to be really difficult to prep around that. Hitmonlee in combination with Electric Terrain. We don't get like Thunder Punch or anything like that. That would have been too nice to have. But we do get nice coverage like Blaze Kick, High Jump Kick if we want to go Reckless at Stone Edge, Knock Off, Poison Jab. Close Combat if we don't want to miss High Jump Kick. I mean, Close Combat would obviously be a bit better in that regard. We also could go Endure Leechy Berry if we wanted to go that route. A nice Fake Out Normal Jump set could always be effective. It gets priority like Bullet Punch for those quad super effective fairies like Diancie. Then again, we would probably just go a different move. But yeah, Low Kick could be cool for heavier Pokemon. Just clicking Toxic on like a bulky Psychic like a Cresselia, or just any bulky Psychic or bulky Ghost in that general, like Cofagrigus as well, because we couldn't click Fighting, and more than likely it would be Colper Berry because that would make a whole lot of sense. There are a lot of things Hitmonlee is going to be able to do for our team. Maybe not a ton, not as versatile as like Volcarona, Metagross, Nidoqueen, or any of the Pokemon. Like it'll be more versatile than Alomomola and Mandibuzz, but not as versatile as the other 4 Pokemon, other 5 Pokemon we had prior to this. It's still going to be a very pivotal member of our team just because of the things it can do. It'll be great to have, I believe. So I'm going to be having a lot of fun with this Pokemon this season. That'll be for sure. I might go a nice sunny day set and then immediately go into Volcarona and nuke something with a Fire Radium Z. Probably not, but it could be cool to use that eventually. But yeah, that is our Hitmonlee named Ty. That'll be pretty cool. But next up, we're going to go to our 9th round pick, our last Rapid Spinner for our Volcarona, and that's going to be Lambo the Cryogonal, obviously, the Frozen Tundra, Lambeau Field, Green Bay Packers, Green Bay Pikachus are our name. Ice type makes a lot of sense to me. It's our 3rd and final hazard removal. It is actually a 105 base speed here. Hitmonlee was 87, so that actually works out pretty well, I'd say. 105 is great because it goes 100, 105. And I think we go 115, 130, 145. So our speed tiers are a lot better than last season already. And Freeze Dry is always a nice niche to have. Cryogonal does get dual screens. It gets Hail and Aurora Veil because I'm going to be that madman and go that route. Hey, I will somehow pull that off this season. Like on a passive Pokemon, I'm going to pull that off. Some way, somehow, and then I'm going to go boom, boom, and explode on someone's face. Probably not, but you never know. But yeah, this game is going to have a nice, cool, effective way to be on our team. Just spinning in general is going to be nice, especially for those ghost types. And the fact that we can click knockoff, remove their item, it does get haste, so it's not necessarily setup fodder for things like Suicune or anything, which somehow Suicune went undrafted. I don't know how, but Suicune's just a great Pokemon overall, so I can definitely see that thing being picked up. But yeah, this thing can do pretty well. I mean, Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, and then Hidden Power of your choice. Probably Ground for things like Heatran or other fire types. And then Steel types too, because Ground covers both of them and really covers Heatran. So a Cryogonal could have becoming a couple weeks, maybe 3, 4 at the most. I can see it. I don't think it'll come that much. But in the times it does come, I will make sure to be using it effectively because this thing can be a pretty good Pokemon if used correctly. I have used it in the past and I've actually enjoyed using it in the past. And I will make sure to keep using it in the future effectively in the NPCC this season. But yeah, that's Cryogonal. I'm not going to go too on it because it's Cryogonal. There's not really much to say about it. Just like for our final two Pokemon, there's not tons to say about them, but what they do, they can do pretty effectively, I think. But our 10th round pick is actually going to be A1X or Alex, the Chinchino. I wanted a base 115 Pokemon, and it came down to this and Ambipom. Ambipom got picked, so that made my decision that much easier. I probably would have picked Ambipom had I been given the choice because it gets Baton Pass. Baton Pass, Nasty Plot could be cool to get for a Pokemon on our team. Like Mega Sceptile, that would have been amazing to have, or even Tapu Koko, so we didn't have to boost right away. But yeah, Chinchino will still be pretty nice to have because it gets a lot of coverage moves. It gets Encore, it gets Bullet Seed, obviously as Technician and Skill Link. King's Rocket is actually banned in the NPCC, so that's something to keep note of. Its special attack is pretty bad, so it doesn't get anything like that to abuse, but it gets Knockoff, U-Turn, it gets T-Wave, so I can use those moves pretty well if I need to. But yeah, there are a few things this thing can do. We're not going to be bringing this that much. I can't see it, but hey, if somebody is extremely weak to this thing, you bet my ass I'm going to bring it if I see that it's weak to it. And heck, it's even a Calm Minesweeper if I really wanted to do that, but not really. Like 1% chance of that coming in any given week that we would bring this thing. So just letting you all know. But yeah, Chinchino is going to be really cool to get and have for sure on our team. So that is Chinchino, the A1X or Alex. So yeah, that's it. Last but not least, our team was looking extremely weak to bird spam or flying spam in general. We really only had Metagross in Tapu Koko as a soft check. Metagross is a pretty good counter, but things like Talonflame can definitely be an issue. So I wanted to have a nice Black type Pokemon, and we got Rhydon named Playmaker. Rhydon's going to be our 3rd and final Stealth Rocker. Dual Dance Rhydon is always a threat. That's Rock Blast, Sword Stance. The ability to spam Edgequake, Earthquake, Stone Edge, or Rock Blast is going to be really cool for our team as well. Just because it's really effective at doing that. It's really effective at getting rocks up because Rhydon really can't die in one hit unless it's a stab super effective move, quad super effective move, that being Grass Knot or Grass move or Water move. So Most things are not going to be able to OHKO Rhydon because it's a Rhydon. So that's going to be great to have that option in our back pocket. And I might bring a Dual Dance Rhydon eventually. But yeah, Rhydon's going to be a great wall for our team. And things like Alomomola having Wish Pass to it is going to be that much better for it, because it's going to be able to stay healthy faster. I think the only issue that I don't see on our team is that we don't have an actual cleric, as I don't think Chinchino gets Heal Bell. Yeah, we don't have Heal Bell or anything like that, but things have reliable recovery, and we'll be able to play around status, I think, pretty well. Some Pokemon can't be poisoned for us, some Pokemon can't be burned, or paralyzed for that matter, and put to sleep because of electric terrain. And if we go grassy terrain eventually, well, that doesn't help with status, but it helps with Pokemon being weak to Earthquake, like Nidoqueen and Metagross. So Metagross should be able to set up in agility and potentially sweep that way. But yeah, Rhydon should be a pretty cool Pokemon to have on our team. But yep, that is our NPCC and National Pokemon Competitive Conference Season number 4 team. So to recap, we got a Rod, the Tapu Koko, Scruffy, the Mega Sceptile, Brienne, the Nidoqueen, Devad or David, the Mandibuzz, hashtag Graham Sucks, the Metagross, Seabass, the Volcarona, we have Brad, the Alomomola, Ty, the Hitmonlee, Lambo, the Cryogonal, A1X or Alex, the Chinchino, and Claymaker, the Rhydon. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could click the like. It really helps our channel grow, and I'm looking forward to making more videos in the future for you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I love you all so very much. Adios, Striker Army. Bye-bye.